and a ballet. And I'm here with a bit of Captain's vlog. I actually paused my fun to do this live stream. So, because I didn't get the Brian voice in the new Netflix Tyler Perry's Medea's Destination Wedding film, I went and watched a reaction of Boo, and then I began a reaction or watching a reaction of Boo 2. Excuse me, because in Boo 2, okay, well, in Boo 1, we get the Brian voice. In Boo 2, we get the Brian voice and the stepdad or stepfather figure appearance. So, yeah, I was like, I did mention, so as I'm watching it, I'm like, because he kind of looks, okay, so this is what started this live stream. I'm watching a reaction of Boo 2. And in comes the father figure. No, no, no. The stepfather figure. So I'm kind of like, okay, so in my in my live streams about the new film, I say that's not even the same man. But the man that I had in mind that it was, it's not even that man that I had in mind. And from the first glance, he does look like, in the new film, he does look like the stepdad from Boo 2. So I'm like, I need to look, cause of that, did I make a faux pas? Moi? That's, I was like, wait, what? Cause I thought, when I first saw the man, the stepfather, I thought he even looked different from what he looks like. So I'm like, that could be him. Perhaps I made a mistake. Um, but Brian introduces him to his father as Calvin. And in the new film, his name is Devin or something like that with a D. And I'm like, ah, he even has a different name, does he? I'm like, oh my goodness, there are no crossovers. I'm like, unless this a different husband, stepdad, or unless Brendan done help this man to flourish, because he looks way smaller in the Boo too, and then in this new film he looks a bit bigger, and I'm like, whoa, Brenda, did you do that? Like, he blew up on you, girl. Like, what, girl? He looked like he growed into his head, girl. But I don't know. I don't know if this is the same man or not. It don't look like it, but he could have grown into his head. I don't know. But they look similar, but they look different. But they got different names. So is this stepfather number 3, 2? No, it would be stepfather number 2. Because stepfather number 1, I'm guessing number 1 is Calvin, and then the one that shows up in the new film is Devin. Or is there just no crossovers to be crossed? Like, give it up, let it go, watch it for the new that it is, and enjoy. So, yeah, enjoy. Enjoy it for what it is at the moment, right? But yeah, I do enjoy the Brian voice, and I'm getting my Brian voice fix with the Boo films. And Brian giving a little shimmy and a little shake. You know, he out there on the dance floor cutting the rug. So I'm liking to see it. Like Tyler Perry, if you're trying to fit yourself into the mold, leave Brian be and then just come in as yourself. So you're gonna have to do 4 characters, not get rid of Brian. I see you tried to squeeze yourself in there on Brian's behalf, but no, shouty. You're gonna have to let Brian be and then come in as yourself as another as another character. Oh, Tyler trying to make. I see you trying to make it easy for yourself. Like, well, can I catch a break? You tried to catch a break with the Brian character and use your own voice in the Brian character. We like the Brian character voice. At least I do. Because I had already said when I watched it, I was like, I'm gonna have to watch another film where Brian show up sounding like Brian, so I can get my Brian fix on. So that's what I'm doing today. Watching Boo 2. Did you all miss the Brian voice in the film? Or did you guys recognize it or notice it? I noticed it right off rip. I'm like, oh no, that is not how Brian speaks. That's not how Brian sounds. plays the Why Did I Get Married characters, because that, I don't know. I have to go watch it again to see what his name is. If his name is Brian in that one, but they're not the same characters. He was more like the characters in. He was more like the character in the Why Did I Get Married series. That's how his voice came off. But still a bit different than even that character. A bit. But it could have been because of the situation at hand. That's why I'm thinking his voice was a bit different, because of the situation. But he was kind of up. He was he gave a bit of his voice already before he knew what was at hand. So I kind of want to blame it on the situation, but not necessarily. His voice was already changed before he knew the situation. Before we knew the situation, he had already presented this new voice. And I'm like, is it because you sitting with your ex? Is it this how you talk to your ex? Like, I don't know why we getting a new voice. But yeah, other than you wanted to chillax on the characters and bring more of yourself into the films. So yeah, before he knew about what was going on, he presented this new voice that was a bit different from any character that he's played. Yeah, it's a bit different. It was like he was fed up already. He was putting his like I mentioned before. He was putting his bulletin points out like it better not be this, it better not be that, it better not be this, and I'm like, whoa, like she don't know, but she did, but we didn't know she knew, and he didn't know she knew, but maybe he did. I don't know, like like whoa, wow. So yeah, I'm enjoying Boo. Boo 2. Boo 2 is a hoot. Boo 2 so far. Because I already watched Boo. Now I'm on Boo 2 and I paused it to do the live stream. I paused it just before. Wait, because I rewinded it a little bit. I rewound it a little bit. um, well, I rewinded it a couple of times. I'm at the part where I rewinded it all the way back to the part where the mom comes in and is like, "Excuse me," to Mr. Joe. And then Tiffany comes in, and then he's like, surprise, and then he like, boo, bye. And then so he going off because he was ready to surprise Tiffany, but Tiffany didn't come straight home after school. And we got a bit of uh like a kind of like a prequel in Boo 2, because in Boo 1 we didn't get the tag. We didn't get Tiffany's party. We start Boo off on Halloween day. Now, her birthday is the day before Halloween. So in this one, we get a bit of a prequel. We get like we get her birthday and Halloween. Love the birthday hat. I don't know. I don't guess it's crocheted. Why did I say crochet? Yeah, okay, crocheted. Um, Perhaps it's just made very well and elaborate. I don't think I've seen one exactly like that, but I've seen like the bigger ones with the what is that called? The tinsel outlining. I've seen those, but not one like how he had. Um, However, I do have a birthday hat on my TBC to be crochet list. Furls was having their 13th birthday party, and they have a hat pattern and a cake pattern, and both of those are on my list to celebrate Furl's 13th birthday. So we can have our birthday hats on with our cakes. And another thing that came up in the new movie, was Pin the Tail on a Donkey. And the son, like, enjoyed that, and looks like he was has enjoyed that game and is excited about playing that game in the new movie. And then to see Boo 2, you see Brian is excited about that game. So that was cool to see that. He get it from his daddy. He get it from his father. Okay? They had that in common. That was cool. That was cool to see. I don't know exactly where the son went off to, if he went upstairs or something, because I'm not watching the movie per se just yet. Like, if he went upstairs, because I don't see him round and about. Um, After we see him in the car from picking up Tiffany from school, and he giving his commentary about what's going on. I don't know if he went upstairs. What did I? I'm trying to look up. Like, where is he throughout the movie? If he's upstairs, or is he petting at? Is he at the petting zoo? Yeah, it's like I gotta get those movies. I gotta watch them myself. Cause I gotta see what Brian mean when he talking about it seemed like a prison sentence, and he how long he gotta do this. Um, just watching it without the whole movie, I'm like, what you mean, Brian? Like, you tired of being a daddy? Like, what? So I don't know exactly what's going on. With not watching the movie. Like, okay, so this, and then it's some plays I hadn't even seen. I look as I was looking to get my watch on. I saw some plays I hadn't even known about. I was like, whoa! I thought I seen them all, but I guess not. It's like two. It's at least two that I hadn't seen. So I'm like, wow, okay. Um, I think one of them is called "I Don't Want to Do Wrong," and the other one is called "The Neighbor from Hell." I hadn't seen those two, so I'm like, whoa. Thank you for telling me. other titles to be enjoyed. A little backstory. When Boo first came out, I was so excited, and I scheduled it. I had it marked on the calendar. I had it timed because I think it was gonna drop at a certain time, like a specific time. So I had all of that marked and ready to go. I was prepared. I was counting it down. and and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I saw it. So yeah, that's a bit of background for me and Boo. Uh, I marked it. I scheduled it. Waited for the countdown. Counted it down. And enjoyed the gift of entertainment that it brought to me. Uh, that's how I that's, that's how that's how I enjoyed it because I knew it was coming out. Heard of it, scheduled it, and counted it down. It was like a rocket going to the moon for me. It was five, four, three, two. Amadeus, boo! Woo! It was like that for me, and it's on, it's on, it's on, it's on. That's how I was. It started. It started. And I think Boo Two was a bit of the same, a bit of the same. I think. Um, uh, I think so. I don't know if it had a timer. It was a bit of the same though. So like I knew the scheduling, I knew when it was, I knew the date it was coming out. So yeah, whenever, yeah. Whenever it was available for streaming, that's when I scheduled it. Well, that's when I scheduled to watch it, when it became available for streaming. Hello, how are you? This is Tina Ballet. Thank you for showing your support on this day. Thumbs up, chat in the chattery box, comment after the live streams, and do subscribe to the channel. I'm getting my Brian fix on today. Watching, watching reaction of Boo and Boo 2. I'm on Boo 2 right now. Hearing the Brian voice, enjoying the Brian voice. The Brian voice, I get to see Brian fun, Brian voice. He's dancing in Boo 2. He having fun. Okay. Now in the new film, we did get a little Joe. We did get Joe breaking it down, breaking it down to the ground. I don't think we ever got that before, so that was a bit new. So I was like, okay, yes. So yeah, that was cool to see Joe. Joe getting low. Joe was getting low. Hey. So yeah, that was cool to see Joe get low. Ah. Did you miss the Brian voice in the show, in the movie, or have you watched the movie yet? I've watched it at least 3 times now. uh, and I've started watching Boo and Boo 2 and re-enjoying those. I don't guess my dad do crossovers. My dad don't do crossovers. Near Hunty. Near. My dad don't do crossovers, okay? There are no crossovers. I'm guessing she would say, um, if you like it, I love it. Now leave it alone. Now leave it be. There are no crossovers for me. I guess the only crossover is like the main characters, but that's not a crossover. That's just the characters. I wouldn't consider that a crossover, but what if, here's a thought. I guess like what you could call this a movie theory, kind of, sort of, maybe. Okay, here's the thought. Here's a brainstorming thought. What if? Okay, he kind of too tall though. He kind of too tall. Maybe he could have been the driver. Maybe he could have been the driver. But when they did get out the car, they all kind of looked the same height. So he kind of would be too tall to fit the description. But what about this? Just hear me out. Okay, I've already seen the movie 3 times. If you hadn't seen the movie, I did put spoilers in the title now. Okay, what if this had happened in the movie? One of my favorite scenes at the beginning when Madea got approached, got uh, ran up on. I don't know how you want to call it, but uh, I guess I almost got jacked, and she had to fight back, and that happened, and she retaliated, and they scurried and fled. Right? Okay. You with me? I mean, if you seen it, you saw what happened. You saw what went down. Okay. What if this happened? Okay. Z. Okay. Tiffany and Z comes into the house, and they standing where they standing. What if Mother was like, "You smell that? What? I smell gasoline. I smell something. I smell something burning. Smell like something burnt." And then she started looking suspicious at Z, sniffing around his area. What if he was one of the dudes from the beginning scene? And she like, was you one of them little boys? Whoop, 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 do, 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 do. Just an idea. And perhaps he denies it. Or Madea could come and be like, I ain't want to say nothing, but because she might have thought it might have been her, but maybe she could come back and be like, I thought he smelled like gasoline, but I ain't want to say nothing. Do 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 boo boo boo. But yeah, nobody alluded to the fact that he smelled like gasoline. Or that he smelled like something burnt.